Hello, beautiful souls. This is Alicia with Appalachia Gypsy Healing Arts. I'm coming on tonight to talk about soul fragments. This is reclaiming your wholeness. This is what tonight is about. Is there a time in your life where you have ever felt like something inside of you was taken or lost? A piece of you was no longer connected to the soul. A few days ago, probably sometime last week, I shared a post about a character inside a TV show who endured trials and abuse, and she felt like each experience had taken a piece of her soul. And she was very angry, very hurt, and she had even contemplated taking herself out of this world. But then she had this moment of revelation. Her soul was not destroyed, it was only fragmented. She could heal and she could rebuild. Having this conversation with my friend about this character in this TV show who saw herself fragmented, that conversation opened something sacred, because so many of us feel this way. So many of us have felt like a piece of us was missing, somewhere inside of us, that something was taken or lost. So what is a soul fragment? A soul fragment is trauma survival. When we disassociate, when we shrink, when we silence ourselves and we become people pleasers, we give away our power. And sometimes we go through trauma where we feel like pieces of ourselves have been given away or taken away. In each one of these is each piece that we feel that has been taken away or has been given away. This is shame. The shame is there as a holding pattern. It's holding us stuck somewhere. So when we go through a traumatic experience, your soul actually shatters and it goes into different pieces. And sometimes those pieces actually get stuck in the place where we felt that trauma. Whether it's a physical place it gets stuck, whether it's just a piece of us that's outside of ourselves. But the fragments are not gone. They are just paused versions of yourself. Again, when we go through a traumatic experience, when we have emotional pain, wounding happen, sometimes the wound is so strong, again, that the soul just shatters and the pieces go off. As a healer, as somebody that has helped people bring pieces of their soul back into their body and back into wholeness, I have seen soul fragments in homes and bedrooms, and I have seen them in hospital rooms. I have seen them in the middle of the woods. I have seen them standing right next to the person that I'm working on. So when the body goes through a traumatic event, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual, the soul wholeness shatters, and there's pieces of you that has been left somewhere. And the fragments aren't gone. They are just paused versions of you somewhere waiting for you. They wait in stillness. They wait for you to realize you need to call your power back home to you. So self-love, learning to love yourself, is one of the most powerful things, because this is an invitation for that soul fragment to come back home. As you're healing, as you're learning, as you're growing, that soul fragment then starts to feel safe to come back home. So sometimes you don't have to do anything for that soul fragment to come back home, like no ceremony, nothing, because you're starting to heal on your own, and that soul fragment feels safe to come back into the wholeness of your soul. Your soul is a vast, multidimensional, it's huge. It's outside of your body, really, in a way. We always say inward, right? We always think of our soul being inside your body. Your soul is inside you. It's all around you. Your soul is humongous. And so these little pieces, these little shards of glass, if you would think of it, get left somewhere. And when you start to heal, when you start to grow, when you start to love yourself and set healthy boundaries with other people, those soul fragments feel safe to come home. So the difference between healing wounds and reclaiming soul fragments. So healing a wound is something like you can think about a physical wound in your body, right? A scratch or something. You have those emotional, mental, and spiritual wounds, and within your soul, within your energy body, you have this wound. And so that can be very deep, and it can be multi-layered, healing that wound. The soul fragment is actually something that's become detached from the whole. The wound is within the whole, and the soul fragment is outside of the whole of the soul. And so that's the difference between wound healing and reclaiming fragments of the soul. So we're going to be doing a healing ceremony about calling the fragments back into your wholeness. You call this power back from past places, past relationships. You call back your voice. You call back your joy. You call back your innocence. You call back your confidence. And you say, come home, my soul. Come home and be whole. This is about calling yourself back into wholeness. This is sacred work. This is layered work. Wholeness is not perfection, it is integration. You were never meant to stay scattered. Your soul was always meant to rise and be restored. Our friend is sharing that, native shamans do use soul retrieval and healing, and there is different modalities and different cultures that have versions of calling pieces of the soul home, and it can be large pieces. So let's talk about what physically you could be experiencing to know that pieces of you are missing. When we're talking about it, you might feel something inside of your body. A lot of people, when we go through something traumatic, so if you think you're in a car accident, right? You're in a car accident and you have physical whiplash, right? You have physical whiplash. You can also have spiritual whiplash. So when you go through something traumatic, your soul can actually have like a physical, just like a physical whiplash. As an energy healer, as a trained individual, I have experienced this while training, and then of course with clients, where we see that the body and the soul have actually become two separate vessels instead of one vessel. And so that's part of a healing that takes place. These people experience a lot of pain in their physical body. They feel the not being one, right? They feel that within their soul. They may, and they feel that within their body. They just seem scatterbrained. They seem foggy. They just seem like they get up every morning and really have to push themselves forward. It's not easy. You know, a lot of people will have nerve issues when they're missing pieces of their soul, or their soul and their body are not one. Their nervous system actually feels numb. And so as an energy healer, this is something that I see, and I want to give you some hope that there is a process of healing. And it's not, you don't have to just find a shaman. You don't have to find an energy healer. You can do this process on your own. And you may need to seek some guidance too. I'm not saying you won't have to, but majority of the time you can. So is that similar to what you're doing? Yes, Miss Tara, I do something similar to that. I have been trained in different modalities and different culture traditions to help call soul fragments back into the body, and call the soul home into wholeness. You don't have to have a healer. You can do this on your own. And yes, it's both. It can be both. You can do it on your own, and you could go to a healer at the same time. What I'm trying to say tonight is that there is a path on your own, and it's very powerful when you are doing it on your own. It takes a very intense, it's very intense when you're doing the work on your own, okay? I always tell my clients that come to me for hands-on energy healing, I can be with you and I can undo things like cord cutting, and I can release trapped emotions from your body, and I can cut cords. I can call soul fragments back. But it is so much more powerful when you leave me and you start doing your work on your own too. It's when I cut cords, when I do things, if you're not practicing growth within your own life, those things can come back. It is multi-layered. You've got to be coming to a healer and then also doing the work, keeping it up, doing it. I always send my clients home with some kind of homework when they've come to me for energy healing, because it is so purposeful to keep practicing, to keep putting balm on those wounds, you know, keep calling the energy back to you, multi-layered, okay? So we talked about soul fragments, just to go back over just a few minutes real quick. Soul fragments are when we go through trauma, when we go through heavy things, and piece of you thank you, Miss Joan, when pieces of you shatter, right? You think of it like a glass, right? A piece of glass that's been knocked with a hammer and it shatters everywhere. Your soul does that when it goes through traumatic experiences, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual. The soul can shatter, and a piece of you will be left where that happened, okay? And sometimes it's just outside of your body. Sometimes it's actually in a physical place waiting to be called home. It is sitting in stillness, waiting for you to call it home, to be whole. And being on your healing journey, going through learning your lessons and healing and growing, this can call your soul fragments home, period. Pieces of your soul will start to come together. You will find wholeness through healing, learning, and growth. And it's a daily practice, guys. And it doesn't have to be an all-day practice. It can be a 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes in the evening. If I have an hour in the afternoon, I have 3 minutes at lunch break to go into the bathroom and do some breath work and some grounding, and I'm calling my power back to me, right? It can be in every moment of every day that I'm holding a space in my brain that I'm healing, I'm learning, I'm growing. I'm calling my power back to me. I'm calling my soul fragments back to me. You want to call your power from past relationships. Call your voice back into your body. Call your joy back. Call back your innocence. Call back your confidence. Call it all home so you can be whole. This is sacred work. This is layered work. Again, wholeness is not perfection. It is integration. You were never meant to stay scattered. Your soul was always meant to rise and restore. So tonight, I'm going to go into our healing ceremony now, and I invite y'all all to be a part of it. You can just sit and listen. You don't have to be an active. Can an NDE? Yes, it can. An NDE can shatter your soul for sure. Yes. I would say so. I've seen it in the past. Yes, I would say there's a high chance of that. Anyways, we're going to go into the healing ceremony part tonight. I invite you to join me. If you do not want to actually do the healing ceremony, you just want to sit and watch and see what happens, you're more than welcome to just sit and watch, or you can be an active participant. If you would like to be an active participant during this healing ceremony, I invite you to sit relaxed in your chair, placing your feet firmly on the ground, placing your hands in your lap, face up. And please do not cross your legs, your ankles, your arms, or your hands. Just, this helps the energy flow completely through you. So just sit comfortably in your chair, feet flat on the ground, hands in an upward position. This is receiving. In your lap, take a deep breath in through your nose. Blow out through your mouth. Relaxing. Tonight, we gather the scattered pieces. We honor the wounds that taught us survival. And we open the doorway for restoration. Now we're going to take 3 deep breaths in through our nose, releasing through our mouth. Set the intention as you breathe in, I receive. When you exhale, I release. So deep breath in through the nose. I receive. Out through the mouth. I release. Again, deep breath in through the nose. Sorry about that. Out through the mouth. Again, deep breath in through the nose. Out through the mouth, relaxing. There were moments you had to shrink. Moments you had to silence yourself. Moments you had to give away a piece just to survive. I invite you to place one hand on your heart and one hand on your stomach. I want you to ask, Where did I leave myself behind? What part of me still feels frozen in time? Imagine standing in a peaceful landscape. You feel the ground beneath your feet. You feel a gentle breeze. You feel the sun warming your skin. You see a younger or a past version of yourself standing at a distance. Notice their expression and walk slowly towards them. Look at them and say, "I have come back for you." You are safe now. You do not have to carry this all alone. Imagine yourself embracing this younger version of yourself, allowing them to relax, allowing them to feel safe, allowing them home. I invite you to repeat after me or out loud if you're comfortable. I call back every fragment of my soul that left through pain, trauma, fear, or survival. I release shame. I release self-blame. I welcome myself home. Imagine light returning to the chest area, golden, warm, expanding. Visualize your energy emerging, merging together gently into your body. Say, "I seal this return in love." I seal this return in truth. I seal this wholeness in light. Divine Creator, thank you for the restoration of what was never truly lost. May we walk forward whole, sovereign, and powerful. Thank you. So it is, and so shall it be. You can repeat softly with me. I see me. I choose me. I keep myself whole. take a deep breath in. And blow it out. Deep breath in through your nose. Out through your mouth. And one more time. Deep breath in through your nose. Out through your mouth. And when you are ready, open your eyes and wiggle around a little bit. So just like I said earlier, I try to give my clients homework so they can integrate energy more deeply within themselves. I encourage you to journal about what surfaced tonight, what you saw, what you felt. Drink plenty of water, get some rest, and have emotional grace on yourself. I also invite you to do some mirror affirmations, and this means you look at yourself in the mirror, eye to eye, and you say to yourself, I see you. I choose you. I keep you. I see you. I choose you. I keep you. And then hold that gaze for 30 seconds. Guys, that takes less than a minute to do. And you're grounding beautiful, powerful energy into yourself. So do the mirror work. Do the journal work. Drink plenty of water. Get some rest. Give yourself some emotional grace. You deserve it, my friend. You are healing. You are learning. You are growing. You are remembering the powerful soul that you are. You are becoming. How beautiful. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. I will hopefully see you next Tuesday evening. If you ever need further guidance, just message me and I'll message you back as soon as I can. Love and healing and light to each of you, beautiful souls. Good night.